So Teyana Taylor just spilled some really hot tea about how Kanye West and Pharrell sabotaged her career for 15 years. Even though Teyana quit music, she is still super salty about how she was treated in the industry, and she has just exposed Kanye and Pharrell for trying to ruin her career. So what did they do to her, and did Kanye really force her to quit music? So Teyana Taylor is finally speaking up about her time and experience in Hollywood, and it is not pretty. We all know how messed up Hollywood can be because it's just a very difficult industry to break into. But in Teyana's case, she kind of got her big break very early in life. Well, it would have been a big break if it hadn't messed up for her twice. First by Pharrell Williams and then by Kanye West. Teyana got in the industry when she was very young, and she first signed under Pharrell Williams' label Star Trek Entertainment, which was under Interscope Records. Even though she was still a teenager, she was already making a name for herself in the industry as a dancer and a choreographer, and she even helped with the choreography for Beyonce's song Ring the Alarm. Beyonce was super supportive of her, and she had nothing but love and admiration for Teyana.
I was young, but I walked in like full of life. I was like, hey everybody, I'm Teyana. Like, oh, she loved it. She loved it, So it was just like, after we got the work done and we kind of like just had a moment to like wind down, she was like, what's your situation? Like, are you signed? Like, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, yeah, I'm signed to Pharrell. I just signed to Pharrell. She's like, is the ink dry? And I was like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? But it's just like, honestly, like, she's been so supportive. Like, anytime I would run into her, like, she always knew everything that I had going on, you know what I'm saying?
But Beyonce was so impressed by Teyana and was even willing to sign her herself. And this means that Teyana had Beyonce's full support, and it would have been easy for Pharrell to just use this to push Teyana's career, but he didn't. It was just the wrong time for Teyana to sign under Pharrell because he was just starting to branch out from music to production and to launching his solo music career, so it was kind of hard for him to balance Teyana's career with his, and of course, Teyana suffered for it. Signing under an active artist in Hollywood is one of the biggest mistakes that a newbie can make because they are always going to prioritize their own career first, and this means that they pay less and less attention to the artists that they're supposed to be managing. This was even worse for Teyana because Pharrell had to answer to the bosses at Interscope Records as well, so it was just not a great situation for her. She released her debut single Google Me in 2008, and it was supposed to be the lead single from her debut album, but the album never happened. Like we said, Pharrell's label was under Interscope Records, so it was his job to make sure that the label gave Teyana the attention and put money up into her career, pushing her and all that, but he never did that because he was just too busy prioritizing his own career at the time. In comparison to Teyana, the artist that Pharrell signed before he started his music career found a lot of success with the albums they released under him. We're talking about Khalees's album, Tasty, and Clips's album, God Willing, both of which made it to the Billboard 200. Meanwhile, Pharrell couldn't even make sure that Teyana got an album. She ended up wasting about 7 years on the label.
That you did on purpose. You didn't purposely not protect me. You know what I'm saying? It might have been a thing where he's so gentle, and just kind of just like let everybody push him out the way. And I guess for me, that 15-year-old, that girl just needed you to fight a little harder. You know what I'm saying? Needed you to maybe push. Even if you didn't have the strength to, I just needed you to push for me more. You know what I'm saying?
Now remember how we said that Hollywood is a very difficult place to find success? Yeah, there was no way that Teyana would have been successful with Pharrell's passiveness. And even though he wasn't going out of his way to sabotage her, he wasn't exactly helping her either. And this is what just held her career back in so many ways. But she eventually left Pharrell after 7 years without an album, and she signed under Kanye West's Good Music label, which was under Def Jam. She and Kanye weren't strangers because she had worked with him on his hit album, My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. But she signed with Kanye in 2012 and had high hopes that her career would finally start picking up. Well, she did make some progress, but again, she didn't make a lot of progress because she still didn't get the push from the label. Because again, Kanye was also an active artist and couldn't commit fully to give her the push that she needed. She released her debut album 7 under Good Music, but the album didn't perform that well and only sold about 16,000 copies her first week. Even though her music career was kind of flopping, she excelled in other areas because she continued choreographing for other artists, she started an acting career, and she managed to remain relevant in Hollywood. This was all due to her hard work because the label didn't really push her. But then things changed for her overnight when she appeared in the music video for Kanye's song Fade.
like it seemed like every time you got to the door, it slammed in your face. That was the feeling that I was having. You get what I'm saying? Even all the way down to Fade, to do Fade and be like, this is it.
Fade was fire.
Exactly.
Another
and I
moment.
feel like right after Fade, album should have dropped.
Teyana got a lot of attention from the music video and people just couldn't stop talking about her. She was the hot topic and everybody knew her name. Now the smart thing for the label to do would have been for them to take advantage of the free publicity that the video gave her and just used it to promote her music. She should have dropped an album or at least a single so they could boost her music career. She wanted them to do this so badly, but the label ignored her and the publicity just went to waste.
Because I just know when Fade came out, it definitely probably should have been an album, a rollout. It just should have been preparation for something.
So once again, she was ignored and abandoned by the label that should have been looking out for her, but they just didn't do their jobs. Now, Teyana has always been a hustler, and even though Fade had no impact on her music career, she managed to capitalize on it in other areas because she got so many endorsement deals and modeling contracts and a lot of other deals, which enabled her to make some money and secure her bag. What this means is that Teyana has had to fight for every single bit of success that she has right now because her labels have done nothing for her. Knowing this, it's really not that surprising that she eventually got sick and tired of the industry and chose to retire in 2020 after releasing her last album, and she announced that she was retiring.
Yes, I am gonna feel underappreciated if I'm putting in 110% and my label is giving me, they're reciprocating, 10% of that. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I constantly feel alone. I constantly feel unappreciated. I constantly feel failed. You know what I'm saying? Like, because there's literally no push.
So she was failed by both Pharrell and Kanye, and honestly, it's something of a miracle that she managed to come this far. People dropped some supportive comments saying things like, I always wonder what happened with her and Pharrell. It's crazy, it happened again with Kanye. Men in the industry really don't give an F, but I'm glad she didn't stop. She kept going. I'll never forgive Pharrell Williams and Kanye West for dropping the ball musically with Teyana Taylor. I'm so happy she took her career into her own hands. And I'm watching Teyana Taylor sit down with Angie Martinez, and I really just wish the industry nurtured and appreciated talent. I didn't know about the Pharrell situation until this interview. As for Kanye, the K in his name stands for karma, boy. But do you think that Teyana is right to feel this way considering all she has managed to achieve? Drop your opinions in the comments and then check out this next video because this is some serious next level drama.